I was just watching this video where this woman was saying how social media has destroyed women, and I actually agree with the video, but I just feel like she was primarily blaming the women, which I thought was inaccurate. Um, there's two sides to every equation, and the women, frankly, would not be posting those pictures on Instagram, scantily clad pictures, if there weren't, you know, legions of men, uh, legions of thirsty men drooling over the pictures and liking them and commenting and DMing them, messaging them. So one would not be able to exist without the other. So I think just blaming the women is completely wrong. Yes, it's not helpful. It's not virtuous to be posting disgusting pictures of yourself, and showing your body to the whole world, which is like, why are you doing that to begin with? You're, if you were getting attention from a loving, intimate relationship, I don't think you would feel a need to do that in the first place. Like, so obviously they don't have a boyfriend, or an intimate partner, and they're looking for attention and validation elsewhere. But what social media presents is it's kind of like the perfect storm of giving stupid people a platform to share their stupidity. Whereas, like, normally no one cares about dumb people. I mean, normally they don't have a place to showcase their stupidity. But now with these social media platforms, you have a perfect avenue to just showcase kind of the most carnal aspects, the most basic aspects of yourself. Before, these things were only shared between like a wife and husband, girlfriend and boyfriend. I mean, putting all of that out for the entire world to see is just, it's totally disgusting, in my opinion. I mean, I feel completely naked if I'm not, like, totally covered up. I just don't feel appropriate. Like, I wouldn't even walk outside like that. And these people have this posted all over for millions of people to see. I mean, it's just mind-boggling. I feel vulnerable if even, like, the tiniest thing is showing that shouldn't be showing. I would feel completely uncomfortable. But that's just me. I'm extremely private to begin with, so I just don't understand how anyone could present themselves in that manner. But as you can see, the rest of the world doesn't doesn't go by that logic. But anyway, the point I was trying to make was that these women would not be able to exist if no one liked the pictures. If there were no men there liking and drooling and being all thirsty and pathetic, then they could not get away with these types of things. If they posted these things up and they were just being completely ignored, they would just stop, okay? They wouldn't continue to post these things up. But since they know, they're able to leverage this as some type of power over men, and then they're getting their popularity points and their validation points, then they are going to continue to do this until until the day when no one likes their pictures, no one cares, or if they're getting more negative feedback than positive feedback. Like if they only get one nice comment and 99 bad comments, I would think they would maybe think twice about posting these kinds of pictures, but that's never going to happen. I mean, that's never going to happen. So what social media has done is just given a platform to promote complete stupidity and the dumbing down of society. It's not promoting brains. You know, it's kind of like if someone has a huge following, this all of a sudden now gives them some kind of clout or power in a way, because they can present ideas now to this huge following, whether the ideas are right or wrong or correct or inappropriate, appropriate, not appropriate. They can still present pictures, ideas, whatever they would like to this specific following and get feedback on it. So it's not like they have a PhD or a doctorate and they're presenting ideas. They're presenting you with their breasts and their ass. I mean, it's like just the complete dumbing down of society. So I think we've just moved in such a negative, horrendous direction that I don't know if there's any coming back from it at this point, because I think why people are depressed is because you have people like, let's say, for instance, Cardi B, the rapper from the Bronx, you know, who probably has an IQ in the 2 digits. She's a former stripper, and yet she's a millionaire now. You know, she did really well with her music. It's gotten, you know, super popular, and so the average person who actually is smart and has a very high IQ, it's like no one cares. I mean, it's just like, oh, let's go listen to this rapper in the Bronx who was a stripper, and you know, so obviously that's going to lead to depression for people who are intelligent and capable and smart. That people that really, I mean, I don't know if I would say, I just don't think she's that talented. I mean, that's just my opinion. But these are the people that are getting millions of dollars and are getting ahead. So obviously, that can lead to depression for anyone, because it's kind of like, well, should I just start stripping and then I can get ahead? I mean, should I just totally devalue myself and dumb myself down like the rest of the people, because they're getting ahead, they're doing what needs to be done, and you know, so it just leads to this kind of like mental conundrum of where I think that's why people are in a state of confusion. You know, because you can just go take your clothes off and get millions of followers. So people have sold their souls to the devil for cheap popularity. But in the end, all that leaves you with is complete emptiness. You're never going to get any satisfaction out of that, because there's no end in sight to it. Because there's, like, what is the next thing? Once you get 1 million followers, then it never ends. So what are you going to do? You just want more and more and more. Oh, I have to get to 1,100,000, then I need to get to 2,000,000, then I need to, like, you're never going to be satisfied. It never ends because you can always keep getting more and more and more followers, and what it leads to is a complete inflated ego. Your head gets gigantic. You become narcissistic. You become a kind of a cold, empty person, and you might have millions of followers, but you really only need one person that loves you in order to be happy. And if you don't have love, then you really have nothing.